Hello everyone, welcome back to Math for French class. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be replacing a pollen filter, also known as a cabin filter, for Peugeot 407. The same procedure is going to apply for a state car, sedan or coupe version of this vehicle. And as you know, so the Peugeot 407 has two air filters, you can say. The normal air filter just goes in a air filter housing box and is replaced every time you have a service. But there is another air filter, you can call it, which is also called pollen filter, and it sits under your dash. It'll be on a passenger side of right-hand drive vehicles, and it's going to be on the driver side on the left-hand drive vehicles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a little tip first, and then we're going to crack on and I'm going to show you how to replace it. Right guys, so the first thing I want to show you is there is two types of filters. So it depends on the age of your car. If your 407 is a facelift, then you would have to get this kind of pollen filter, which is a bit more square. And the pre-facelifts, they use the slightly longer one. So that's the difference between two air filters. And you're gonna tell me, how do I know which one I need? So basically, if your car is from 2004 up to late 2008, then most likely you're gonna need this one, which is just longer one. And if your car is 2009, 10, 11 facelift version of 407, then you're gonna need to get one of these. I'm also gonna show you one more tip how to know without taking a filter out in the end of the video, so stay tuned. Right my guys, I'm gonna show you the way how I am taking a pollen filter out of a Peugeot 407, which I think is the easiest way. So the first thing you want to do, you want to grab yourself a T15 Torx bit and undo one screw, literally just here. Just undo the screw. Let it fall, doesn't matter, just let it come out nicely. Here we go. And then what you're gonna do is just literally prime a little bit the other end while twisting it, and just pull this little bit off. As you can see, there is a little clips here on the side. There is a little two things which goes in the two holes here. Some people say you don't have to do it, and they are absolutely right, you don't have to do it, but it gives you just a slightly better access to where your pollen filter is. So I prefer to do it. It's just a personal choice really. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you where there's another two clips here under your dash, which you twist and pull out. There's a one here, and there is a second one here. And then what happens is this little protection kind of cover panel under your dash, you can just pull it out, and then you'll be able to see the cover of your pollen filter. So as you can see, that's my pollen filter right here. That's the cover for it. Access to it is not great, but it's alright. You don't need to change it very often, even though manufacturer do recommend it to change it every 10-15,000 miles, or at least once a year. I don't think my pollen filter has been changed since the car was brand new, so we're just gonna crack on, open it up and see what's inside. Right my guys, so now if you are under your dash and you see this little cover for your pollen filter housing, you're gonna see these two little things. It looks like a places to put your fingers. So all you need to do is just press them a little bit towards the middle, and then just pull it, and your pollen filter cover, which keeps it in place, just simply comes off. And now you can see how my pollen filter looks like, and I bet you it's never been changed. So we're gonna be pulling it out now, see what it looks like. I got myself a little tiny hex key, literally just the smallest one I could find. So I could literally just put it on the side of this, twist it a bit, and wedge this filter hopefully out of a place, just pull it. There's a lot of crap coming out. Oh my god, I don't even know what's going on here. I'm just trying to wedge it so I could literally pull it out of a place nicely, and hopefully it comes out. Right, doesn't really want to be wedged. Okay, here we go. I got a bit of grip. Slowly. It's probably stuck in there with all the rubbish we have there, and it's just absolutely disgusting, absolutely filthy filter, which definitely needs to come out of this place. You can see how much rubbish I'm pulling out with filter. You can see the state of a filter is absolutely terrible. Just gonna pull it out and let you see it. Right, so this is my pollen filter. Right guys, so just a quick tip. You know, when you have your pollen filter removed, to clean the inside, the best way to do it is start your car and just put your heater or whatever on a full blast, and it's gonna just literally push all them things out of your pollen filter housing. So that pollen filter housing is gonna be nice and ready for your new pollen filter. Right my guys, as promised, I'm gonna show you how to recognize which filter you have, the longer one or more square one, without even removing a filter from your car. So you can just quickly have a look and you know which one to order, because sometimes you might have 2008, late 2008 model, and it might be even beginning of a facelift one, so you might have a new heater unit in it, you might not, you might have a pre-facelift heater unit in it. Either way, that is the one, that is the cover, and it would sit like that. That is the pre-facelift. So if once you undo them two clips under your dash, you can have a little peek, and if you see this one, which clearly indicates the airflow and everything on a side, then you need a pre-facelift pollen filter, which is longer version. And if you see this cover there, then you can see these two things to put your fingers on and squeeze it. Then you have a facelift heater unit and you need a facelift pollen filter in it. So now you know which one to order. Also, another thing to mention is these filters are directional. So on a filter you can see a little arrow has to be pointing. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, either if it's pre-facelift or facelift, the arrow when you install your filter has to be facing the back of your car, rear of your car, because that's the airflow. That is also confirmed with these arrows here, which says airflow, because the filter is gonna go like this. So you can see the airflow on a filter and on a lid is the same, and is the same for facelift. It's the same direction of the air. The reason why they are one direction is because on the side where the air comes in, the little gaps is slightly bigger than is on the other side where the air comes out. That is designed so that it could trap the rubbish and all the, you know, fungus and stuff like that inside the filter itself, and make sure it provides you with a nice and fresh air in your cabin, inside your car. Right my guys, so here we are now with a new pollen filter. As you can see, the arrows are facing towards the seats. That's where the airflow goes, is going towards the back of the car. So when I'm going to be installing it now, I'm going to be simply putting it in a way that it's going to be going like this. So I'm just going to try to squeeze the filter now in and just put it in nicely. Even though the space in here is not great, still have to try my best and do it. So yeah, let's try to stick it inside. Right my guys, the trouble will be for you when you want to put your new pollen filter back in. So what you want to do, I reckon the pre-facelift models will be slightly easier, but facelift one's a bit harder because the filter is a bit higher. What you want to do is you want to squeeze the side a little bit of it to like this, so that don't damage the edges, but you don't need that much space to put a filter back in. And then just try to put one side of it into the into the housing, yeah, and then slowly follow up. Just follow up. As you can see, it goes in slowly. Just nicely put it in. Make sure the top goes in nicely as well, and just put it in nicely. Now you have a clean pollen filter inside your car. What you want to do now, you just want to take this lid and literally just stick it on. Same procedure. Just have to squeeze these ends here once the top is secured, and that's it. Your cover is back on. So we're just gonna finish it up now. We'll be done with this job. So now guys, just to finish it off, I have this side panel here, and what I want to do is just match it back in the same places. Just put it back in place and literally just use the same technique, screwdriver, to actually put my screw back in place. Keeps popping out the screw. It's not a very good screw, nevertheless you're just gonna have to do it, because if you don't put the screw in, then it's gonna be all floppy, and every time somebody's trying to come off of your car, if they, you know, wedge it with a feet or something, and it's gonna come off. So you have to put the screw back in. Okay, once the screw is back in, then you're gonna be working on your under your dash. You're gonna have to put this little thing back in the same place. It's quite easy to do. Just have to make sure one side it goes nicely together with a side view installed, and then just have to match it up the two little holes here and twist a little clips, and the same on this side. Just match up with a hole and just twist a clip, and we are done.